Fucking sub you too.
Even now, I'm an OG. I'm the OG of the game right now. I'm the OG, bro. Tank and all of them, they doing their thing. I love it to death, but I'm the OG, bro.
You agree with that?
And right now, like, I feel like I'm letting them down. Like right now, me and Tank, like, it's weird because he loved me to death. He know I love him to death. But we don't talk every day how we used to. Nigga, it used to be a time where you ain't see me without Tank, or you ain't see Tank without me.
They even look
be a time where he
No.
But what happened was, what I think what happened was, he just like, damn, bro. I feel like he look up to me so much.
I ain't gonna say I think that. I mean, Adrien Broner is definitely an OG in the sport for sure. But I think Adrien Broner, and I fuck with AB, but I think he how can I choose my word? He didn't, like, the way he go about his lifestyle and everything like that, he's not setting a good example for them. You feel me? So I feel like that's why.
You think maybe they just like, you know,
he didn't set a good example for the ones coming up. He was partying. He was doing a lot of.
You think Davis stopped hanging out with him a little bit because, you know, he on a different lifestyle now, so he can't.
That's what I'm saying.
He can't relate.
He can't hang with you and be in the clubs with you, and you gotta set a good example for them. So you know what I mean.
Especially if obviously Davis is taking his career seriously. So.
Exactly. So he on a different level. Champions gotta hang with champion, and AB is a great, but he lost his sauce. I think.
Just
Not say he can't get it back, but
I let him down because he's somebody that really know like what I can do and how good I am, and it's like he feel like, man, you tripping. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But
I wouldn't say that though.
I don't blame nobody but myself.
Right. He's speaking facts.
And I'm betting on me, I already know, bro. Once I go out here and perform and do me, you know, not only is shit gonna come back full circle, but it's gonna be bigger than the first time.
Absolutely. It definitely got the opportunity. Because people love it.
Gilly is a clown, and I feel like he was ready to burst out laughing. Like, look at his face in this.
No.
Look at his face.
I don't think so.
Where's
but
the face
listen, real quick, I think when it comes to stuff like that, I think Broner, he needs to be more about the doing and less about the talking, because at this point, people are going to be like, okay, show me then.
But his face looked like he was about to laugh.
Absolutely.
I see the eyes.
Than the first time.
Absolutely. It definitely got the opportunity because people love the comeback story. Because
he's Gilly a big boxing fan.
It's like he said, people love
this time
story.
around is really for me. You know, because me, if you ask anybody about me that really know me, that really know Twin, that really know me, they'll tell you, man, that motherfucker will give you, I don't give a
15 rounds.
If it's his last dollar in his pocket, if it's his last shirt, he will give it to you.
Right.
Like if I love you and you wanted it, here, won't think twice.
Adrien Broner reveals that he has himself to blame for his relationship with Gervonta Tank Davis deteriorating. He says that they used to speak every day, but they no longer speak every day because he let Gervonta Tank Davis down. He says, I am one of the OGs in boxing. These guys are like my little brothers, and they were looking up to me. You know, they were counting on me to show them the way. But at times, basically, he's saying, you know, I stumbled. I went through a lot of things in my career. And he said Tank would look at me and probably looks at me and says, man, you tripping. Or at that time, right? Adrien Broner is back in the gym. He seems more focused than he's ever been.
You think he can make a good comeback?
Tank would train with Broner.
Anybody can
Coach
make a
Kevin
comeback.
Cunningham, and they did spend camps together and stuff like that. And actually, Tank looked pretty sharp in that camp when he came and fought Cuellar. But
Is
there's
this
been
recent?
Comment down
Is
below.
this recent?
I don't know. Comment down below if you think that AB can come back. Everybody know AB's skill set.
Oh, sorry.
I most definitely think that AB can come back to the sport, but he has to chew. He has to work his way up. He can't try to jump in there with a guy who's at his prime, with a guy who's like been having multiple fights over the last couple years. Like, he got to work his way in there, and AB, yes, can be a champion again for sure. I think so. If he put his mind to it, I think so for sure. Because he
Many
has the
times
skill.
of
He just
Tank's
got to have the
career,
discipline.
Where his career started to reflect Broner's a little bit. You know, he was coming in to camps out of shape, seemed like, or
Yep, getting in
having,
trouble.
you know, just blowing up in weight. We would see him at fights, he would be real big. Now when I see Tank, I never see him like you seen him in, I don't know if that was 2019, like 2018, 2019, when we seen, you know, him and Errol backstage and all of them guys together. Tank was looking real big. You know, even in some of these photos on this video, you see the difference in how he looks today. And so I think that his focus has gotten better. I think he's taking his career a lot more seriously. And there was times where it seemed like, you know, Adrien Broner wasn't taking his career serious. Everybody at one point expected him to be the next Floyd Mayweather. Even when I read the comments from the $1 Million Worth of Game video, so many people was talking about how they remember or they haven't seen Broner in a long time. And they say, well, I remember when he was going to be the next Floyd Mayweather. And so Tank, I did a live earlier about how he's really shining right now. And he's in one of the best spaces of any boxer in boxing, especially one that fights at 135 pounds.
Look how fat Tank look right there.
And that's due to
Look
taking
how
his
fat he
career
look right
serious
there.
and just following
Look like a pit bull.
some of the work and some of the blueprint that Floyd Mayweather has laid out. You know, so many guys have the potential to be something or the potential to do this and that, but they never realize their potential because potential without the execution and and without application is just potential, right? It's never realized. So many people have wasted their potential because they never actually took their craft serious or never focused on their work and what they're trying to accomplish. Especially as an athlete, these guys have to stay in shape all the time. The average person does not have to stay in shape to do their job 24/7. Now, there are exceptions, obviously, but the average American, the average working person, they don't have to be in an athlete shape. They don't have to run miles and miles and miles every day to stay on top of their game. But your body is a temple as an athlete, you know. And this is one of the reasons why you never heard Floyd Mayweather. He says, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I never have, and I never will. And you look at him and look at how he trains. You know, he would go from the club to training. And so I think Tank Davis has really focused in on his training, especially seeing the results from his fights. You know, the more he gains and the more glory he finds. I think that you can do all of that when your career is over. But while you're fighting, make it work for you. You know what I'm saying? Maximize your profits. Take your career seriously. If you want to do whatever when your career is done, then cool. But you have a short window as an athlete. You know, people talk about LeBron James all the time and how much millions he's put into his body and keeping his body in shape around the clock, right? This is important to athletes. So, one, I respect Adrien Broner a lot for how transparent he is, how he wears his heart on his sleeve. And he basically came out in this interview with $1 Million Worth of Game with Gillian Wallow and said, man, I was tripping. You know, I let Tank
Accountability,
down.
that's what
He
it
looked
take.
up to me. He was basically, he was not following him, but he was under him, you know, trying to soak up. Because Broner is still, he got a huge fan base. He's still an attraction, right? And I think that I respect that Broner said that. You know, he's like, I'm an OG now, and I let Tank down. We don't talk as much as we used to, but that's still my little brother. So obviously people know that
He love him.
Adrien Broner is the one who brought Tank to Floyd, right? When they sparred Devin and stuff like that, Broner keeps letting us know that Tank was wearing a About Billion shirt even before he was with Mayweather Promotions. So respect to Broner. You can see in this interview he's in great shape. You know,
Dude
if you
look
follow
like he
his
in
camp, he
shape.
was in great shape ahead of the cancellation of his fight. So he just recently signed to Don King. I don't know who he's going to fight based on that, but I'm looking forward to seeing what's next. And I really enjoyed the interview on $1 Million Worth of Game. So make sure that y'all hit the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel,
I like
and
that.
hit the
So
bell
we need
notification so that you can get them sweet notifications of the Champside. Shout out to everybody in the chat. It's the baddest brand in the lane, Champside.
Yo, so I think Adrien Broner, I like that he taking accountability for his actions. That's when you know somebody focused, like, cause he used to be like, oh nah, you know,
And
it's
he
cool.
wasn't
I'ma come back.
being like any other person, like this person said in the comments.
What?
Like any other person would have been like trying to throw shade at Tank for
exactly.
drifting apart and all of
Exactly.
that. But
Yeah.
he recognizes that it was because of him.
Right. Nah, he official for that. Shout out to Adrien Broner for that. He official. I think I would love to see Adrien Broner get back in the ring on some and really punish somebody. But what he said in the video, that's why I said, like, if I ever was to do the YouTube boxing shit, or when I do that YouTube boxing shit, you have to take that shit serious. Like, I can't even see myself. I wouldn't even allow myself to get in there if I was still drinking sometimes, or you know what I mean, having like, nah, it's gonna be something that's like full dedication,
Right.
and that's the only way you could be great. You know what I
Right.
mean? So